Hello, everyone. Are you ready to continue the adventure that the Human Torch and Wyatt Wingfoot are having? Remember, they're traveling across the countryside in this amazing gyroscope, but they've plunged into the depths of the earth, and the torch is about to enter into an amazing door. And what's on the other side? Let's find out. Just to remind you, this is the scene that greets the torch's eye in this cavern, in this palace beneath the earth, and he's entering into this door to find out the mystery on the other side. Well, look there. Here is a figure. He's in medieval garb, but still he's in scientific outer space equipment. This is indeed a mystery. Employing his fabulous flame like a living acetylene torch, the blazing adventurer melts through the massive doors, only to find a sight to stagger the imagination in the chamber beyond. It's a man dressed in some sort of medieval garb. He looks as though he's been sitting there for centuries, and yet I seem to instinctively know, without reason, without proof, that although he's motionless, he's undeniably alive. Johnny, here comes Wyatt. The cruiser is free. Its magnetic friction force easily repelled all the sand. But what happened? What's going on in here? See for yourself, WW, and then you tell me if you can. That man in the chair, he's starting to move, rising to his feet. But look how he's dressed. Who is he? I don't know, but I've seen friendlier expressions on the Hulk and Doc Doom. That's not very friendly. That thing he's holding is like some prehistoric flashlight. He's pointing it at us. It might be a weapon. Wyatt, look out! He's pressing a control stud. It's starting to glow, to vibrate. And then, before another word can be uttered or another move can be made, too late. He's, uh, duck, Johnny. Oh, stiz. Wow, what kind of weapon does this guy have? Seconds later, as consciousness returns to the two bewildered youths, you may now rise. Having seen my power, you will know better than to dare provoke me. Johnny asks, what kind of gadget is that? It doesn't make sense with the ancient getup you're wearing. Nothing makes sense here, says Wyatt. We've got to learn who he is and where we are. Since 'tis I who hold the supreme weapon, 'tis I who shall ask the questions. What manner of creatures be you, who do possess the power to turn your bodies to flame? We're not creatures, mister, says Johnny. We're humans, just like we hope you are. And I'm the only one who can flame on and off. That's why I'm called the Human Torch. Truly astounding, says the stranger. Now be good enough to tell me what century this be. Why, it's the 20th century, of course. It's 1966. So that tells us this story took place a long time ago. I guess that's 56 years ago. Goodness. Then 700 years have passed since the men of Avalon placed me in the chair of survival. You mean you've been sleeping in that chair for 7 centuries? Avalon, the mythical land mentioned in the legends of King Richard. Mythical, you say? Not so. There was a land of Avalon, for my eyes have seen it. It was truly a land of wizards, of kindly and wondrous men, the men who placed me in the chair of survival so that I would live to tell of their glory after the final day of doom had slain them all. Then it must have been they who gave you that weapon you used against us. Aye, so it was. Look at this fella. He's interesting. He's got a big red mustache. Kind of cool looking under that fancy helmet. My name is Prester John, and long have I traveled the world, seeking to unravel the mysteries of mankind. That is why men have ever called me the Wanderer. And then, as he recalls his story, he says, my service with good King Richard has finally come to an end. Now I am free to probe the countless wonders of far-off lands. Can you tell where he is? He's out in the desert, and there are pyramids in the background, and camels. Do y'all know where he is? He's in Egypt. I would love to go to Egypt one day. And the sights I beheld, the secrets upon which I stumbled, were far beyond description, yea, almost beyond belief itself. Look, woven cloth filled with a strange gas called helios, a gas which magically rises into the air. The sky seemed filled with fantastic flying carpets. And so now I suspect he's moved into the ancient Orient, where they have helium balloons propelling crafts in the air. Can I ever forget those lonely mountain peaks from which I barely escaped with my life after finding a savage race who thrived only in the land of endless snow? He's up in the Himalayas, and these are the Yetis, the abominable snowmen. And he says, back, ye murderous brutes, the wanderer shall not fall prey to a half-human band of abominable snowmen. And I wonder if time has erased the glory of Cathay, where I witnessed the flight of giant projectiles like roaring comets soaring high into the sky. Whoosh! And he's in China, where they just discovered gunpowder and fireworks. And the man from China says, see how they ride on the tails of dragon fire. Even madness did I encounter, such as the time I crossed the angry sea, only to find a tribe who studied the stars and who insanely proclaimed the earth to be round like some great spinning eggshell. And so here we have this ancient people who figured out early on that the earth is round, but not quite shaped like an egg. So they got one thing right and one thing wrong. But Prester John asks, then why do the men at the bottom not walk upside down? Begone, unbeliever, time shall prove how right we be. But the greatest triumph of my life was finding the fabled Isle of Avalon. Avalon, hidden realm of miracles without end. Avalon, whose wizards created mighty machines which harnessed the natural forces of the universe. And look at this marvel, kind of a scooter that floats on air. Alas, that those sane forces should have destroyed their own land, causing them to vanish forever from the sight of men. Indeed, this is a mechanical wonder. Kind of reminds me of Wakanda. Now all that remains of the wondrous age of Avalon is this weapon, known by my enemies. It is conquered as, guess what? Finally, we've come across the evil eye. Wyatt whispers, Johnny, I learned about Prester John in ancient history. He was supposed to have lived in about the 12th century, if his story is true. Then there really was a land of Avalon, answers Johnny. But what do we do about the evil eye? Look, Wanderer, says Johnny, maybe your story is true, but don't point that eye gizmo at us again. We're not exactly helpless ourselves. Zzz. And Johnny lights up his hand and shoots a flame bolt. A bolt of flame at my feet, says Prester John. In all my travels I have seen no power more awesome than yours, but still it pales into nothingness beside the mind-staggering impact of the evil eye. And he shoots it off again. This time, what will this ray bolt create? With just one swift blast, he created a bottomless cavern in the rocky floor beneath us. That is as naught to the further deeds I can perform. He's aiming it up towards the surface. It's smashing through every obstacle like a cannonball piercing a paper bag. Whoosh! So he aims it skyward. Shabow! And the power pierces even the shell of the earth above. Did you see that? The evil eye is like a disintegrator, a laser beam, and a battering ram, all rolled into one. It's too dangerous, too powerful. Nobody should have control of a weapon like that, not even him. And not even Johnny and Wyatt. He's pointing it at us again. It's starting to glow. I've got to stop him. You cannot stop me, says Prester John. I can see you still do not trust me. Therefore, until you do, I must protect myself from you. And look, he's created an invisible force field, much like Sue Storm's. You don't realize the evil eye possesses many powers, such as the power of forming an unbreakable shield, which grows stronger every second. Now there you shall remain until you realize that the Wanderer may never be challenged, may never be attacked. And look, he's created an impenetrable barrier around Wyatt and Johnny. Inside, Wyatt says, we're trapped. There's no way out. The dome is stronger than steel, with no opening anywhere. Wyatt, exclaims Johnny, I just realized it's exactly like the terrible barrier behind which Crystal and the Inhumans are imprisoned. Even as Johnny speaks, many, many miles away, we return our attention to the Inhumans. And here's Maximus and Triton. There, Triton, says Maximus, now you need no longer live in your watery tank. The circulators I created will pump a life-giving saline chemical throughout your water-breathing body. And Triton realizes this means I can live in the air like the others. This is an amazing invention. Maximus has finally done something good with his creative ability. But here comes Black Bolt. Black Bolt, cries Triton, see what Maximus has done for me? I am free of my water tank at last. Maximus says, it was easy for me to do, dear brother. You can show me your gratitude by restoring me to the throne again. Everyone knows it is Maximus who should be king. Thoom! Maximus, you dare? I wonder who's coming into the room. Who has the power to create earthquakes with his feet? It's Gorgon. The only barrier you should be working on it's the barrier you should be working on, and only the barrier. It's you who trapped us here with your accursed negative zone, and if you don't find a way to set us free... No, no, says Maximus. Do not hurt me, Gorgon. Black Bolt, save me. You must save your rightful king. And here comes Black Bolt silently. And Gorgon says, forgive me, Black Bolt. In my blind rage, I did forget that Maximus is truly mad. And Maximus cries, they all want to harm me, but you will protect me, my brother. You will protect Maximus. How much longer, Black Bolt? Asks Gorgon. How much longer must we be prisoners of that accursed barrier? You are our rightful leader. You are the strongest among us. Even though you cannot speak, is there no way to save us? Black Bolt will protect me, whines Maximus, for I am the king. He keeps saying that, but he's not. And now brush away the cobwebs and try to remember where we left off as we rejoin the armor-clad wanderer once again. And he says, I must free the flaming youth and his soft-spoken companion. As one who has sworn an oath of knightly chivalry, I cannot leave them to perish within the airless shield. What the evil eye has created, it can destroy. Zzzt, and look, the barrier is gone. I have released you of my own free will. Know you then, I mean you no harm. Okay, Wanderer, says Johnny, we're sold, but I've got to talk to you about that evil eye gizmo. Speak then, fiery one, I shall listen. There's someone in another land, a girl I love, who's trapped behind a barrier like the one your ray just shattered. If it could smash our barrier, it might also free hers. I've got to try it. You must lend me your weapon. No, says Prester John, it is impossible. But don't you see? It's the only thing that might save Crystal. Johnny, don't, cries Wyatt. What's gotten into you? Johnny, look out. Butt out, Wyatt. Keep back. I know what I'm doing. That flame, the heat. I cannot hold on to the evil eye, but you must not have it. No. No one can stop me now. I've got to free Crystal. Johnny, wait. I'm through waiting. I know what I have to do. Take the cruiser back to the Black Panther, Wyatt. Wait there for me. But what about you? I'll fly out through the opening the Wanderer made with the evil eye. And there's the Wanderer, clutching his arm in pain. Nothing can stop me now. I'll set Crystal free or die in the attempt. And he flies off, clutching the evil eye to himself. And Wyatt explains, you mustn't blame him, Prester John. He couldn't help himself. The girl Crystal means everything to him. Prester John answers, do you not think I know the power of love? But he did not give me a chance to explain, to warn him. Warn him? Of what? He seized the evil eye before I could press the safety button. That means the power is still on, and it will keep increasing and increasing until it reaches the point of complete destruction. If he isn't stopped, he'll blow himself up within minutes. Oh no! Johnny, in his haste, grabbing that weapon without Prester John's permission, means that he's going to be destroyed. As the unsuspecting torch blazes on towards what seems to be certain doom, we turn our attention once more to the strange activity occurring within the Great Barrier. All right, so one more scene switch. So we're back in the hidden valley underneath the dome. And Crystal says, Medusa, if you love Black Bolt, why do you let him do it? I cannot stop him, Crystal, answers her sister. He feels it is the only way to destroy the barrier. And Gorgon says, he is still king. His word must be our law. Only his own life force has the power to activate the cycloelectronic chamber, enabling it to generate enough velocity to shatter the barrier. But Karnak says the terrible shock to him, the strain it will put upon his own body may kill him, but he's determined to try, and above all else, he is Black Bolt. He is ready to begin, but he does not even look my way. He cannot, Medusa. His love for you might make him falter if he could see the anguish in your eyes. Now it begins. The fate of us all lies within the hands and the heart of Black Bolt. Those sparks, that sudden burst of indescribable energy visible to our own naked eyes, he builds up the electrons which give him his power. Never before has one living being generated such energy. Even he cannot stand much more. Stand back. He's ready to act. Look, he's powering the great Absorbabomb with the energy his own body has generated. The longer he can maintain that power bolt, the more force the bomb will have. But how long before Black Bolt himself perishes in the attempt? We must not think of that. We must wait. What's happening? And so this great energy powers the Atmos bomb. What's about to happen? The built-up pressure is more than he can bear. Listen, for the first time since the catastrophe, he's making a sound. He's screaming. Personal note, we had thought of titling this story Black Bolt Screams, but since we have to leave him again at this point, we decided against it. Anyway, at that split second, another life and death episode is taking place in another land as we shift scenes one more time. And here comes Wyatt in the gyroscope, and he says, Johnny, stop, wait, listen to me, Johnny. It's no use, he can't hear me, and he wouldn't stop if he did. Then if you truly be his friend, it is up to you to stop him. Oh, Prester John is in the sphere with them. You're right, I've set this cruiser on automatic. Now only this polarizer gun can fire a solidified ray of light right through the plexiglass viewer. Well, Wyatt's got a fancy weapon there. And Prester John says he'll soon be out of range. You must fire now. You dare not miss. His life depends upon it. Pseop! Wyatt fires. Wyatt Wingfoot, with the blood of Comanche warriors flowing through his veins, with the eye of an eagle, the spirit of a lion, Wyatt Wingfoot does not miss. Pseop! No! His shot knocks the evil eye out of Johnny's hand. Shooting across the sky like a mechanical meteor, the uncanny evil eye finally begins to fall towards the desert sands below. But before it can reach the ground, boom! Another 2 seconds would have been too late. That explosion, that mushroom cloud, like an actual A-bomb. The impact was so tremendous that it put out the lad's flame, even though he was many miles away. He should be eternally grateful for what you have done. No, I suspect he feels only hatred for the one who shattered his hope of being reunited with the girl he loves. You did it, cries Johnny. It was your fault. In his blind rage, says Wyatt, he doesn't realize the fate he's been saved from. And Johnny pounds his fists against Wyatt. I thought you were my friend, but you sided with him. Easy, Johnny boy. You don't understand. Why did you do it? Why? Why? I had to, Johnny. It was about to explode. It would have killed you. But it was my one chance, my only chance of finding Crystal again. Maybe it would have been better if you hadn't saved me. Oh, Johnny is despairing. And we're going to have to leave him right there in his despair, in his sorrow at missing out on a chance to be reunited with Crystal. It's time for us to think about the next issue. And look at what it says. The Thing battles the Silver Surfer. Wow! That looks like an impressive battle. The Thing is powerful, but the Silver Surfer has the peerless power of the cosmic power. All right, and so that's going to be a great battle, don't you think? We'll get to that next time. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. This was kind of a transitional story, lots of different things going on, but it was necessary for us to look at the events inside the Inhumans hidden valley. It was necessary for us to see that the Thing and Wyatt are on their way. And now we're going to look back at the thing in the Silver Surfer, but we have many, many more stories ahead, and all of it will resolve eventually. All right? So, y'all stick with me and look forward to telling you more stories. Love to all of you. Mwah. Bye bye.